Hello, this is member in the spotlight for CrossFit Ammo. We're here with a longtime member, Peg, and we're excited to hear from Miss Peg. Peg, tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Peg Walters, also known as Pegster, Pegmeister, or Aaron Peggy Poo.
Peggy Poo.
And I have, like I say, been here. I am proud to say I'm one of the
Original
garage junkies.
You're a garage junkie.
Yes.
Do you remember how many members were there when you started, or were you the original group?
I was close to the
Original group?
bunch,
Yeah,
first bunch. Yeah. I mean, I think she had maybe like 20 or 30 when we started.
Wow. How did you hear about CrossFit Ammo so early on when there wasn't a big box and, you know, the name, it was just kind of people in their garage? How did you hear about it?
It was a kidnapping.
Kidnapping.
My so-called friends, Norma and Mimi,
Okay.
who I also call affectionately the winch bags, they called me at work, said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm working. What are you doing?" It's like, "No, you're not. Pack it up, go home, change to your workout clothes." I'm like, "What are we doing?" I said, "Mimi and I are kidnapping you, and it's on a need-to-know basis. We're not telling you where we're going." So I'm thinking, "Oh God, this can't be good." So I get kidnapped. We're in the car heading towards Allen. They still won't tell me
Where you're going.
where we're going. We pull up and we walk around the back of this house where this garage is with all these equipment and weights, and I'm thinking, "Oh Lord, what have they
What are we
gotten?
doing?"
What have they
Yeah.
gotten me into? They're about to torture me." But so that's how I first learned about ammo, and we met. Of course, we met Erin, and she gave us, her wonderful upbeat personality and just her enthusiasm just convinced me right away that this is where we need to be.
Yeah.
And we instantly fell in love with Erin, except for today. She's on my list for making me do this. But ever since then, I mean, like I say, we had that first benchmark WOD. It was just Mimi, Norma, and I doing the WOD that day. And even though I wanted to, cough up a lung, and I thought I was going to die that day, I loved it, and been here ever since.
So when you first, I guess, when they told you about CrossFit, were you a member of a gym, running experience? Like, what was your, I guess, exercise or athletic background?
I've always been in sports, in high school, tennis and track and volleyball, and I was fortunate enough to play tennis in college.
Okay.
So I've always
I know that. Awesome.
Yeah, so that, I was very fortunate to do that, and allowed me to come to Dallas and go to school up here. But yeah, I mean, I've always been athletic and into sports and active, and of course, I like to eat a lot, so I gotta do something.
Sure, you
Otherwise,
gotta do something to set off to it.
That's my favorite pastime, eating.
Food.
So that, and then we've always had, we've tried so many different exercise programs through the years.
Yeah.
Going to the gym, doing spin classes, doing all these aerobic classes back when, and doing the individual trainers. And this is the one thing that I have found that has given me the best results. I mean, I've got more muscle tone today than I did when I was playing tennis in college. So this is, and that's what I tell everybody whenever I, basically tell them about CrossFit. It's like, this is the one thing that you'll get results.
Yeah. So if you were to sum up, what do you tell people whenever you're trying to either one, invite them to come to a workout or join the gym, or two, there's still a lot of people who don't know what CrossFit is when you're trying to explain what CrossFit is. So I guess that's kind of a two-part question. How do you introduce someone to CrossFit, and then also how do you maybe talk somebody into coming and visiting with you? How do you go about saying that? Everybody explains it differently.
Yeah.
So I always like to ask.
I mean, my thing is, whenever I, tell people about CrossFit, it's all about the people one. I mean, I'm in a high stress job, and I rely on CrossFit to help me maintain that stress level. I mean, CrossFit's probably the only reason why I haven't found somebody at work. So
It's your outlet?
Yes,
so
this is my outlet.
exercise always kind of been an outlet for you before CrossFit, but this one's...
I've always been, just my lifestyle is, burn the candle at both ends, and I need that outlet, and this is it. So I tell everybody, one thing, it's, the people here, because I can have the worst day at work and come here and just walk in the door, and immediately you're greeted by some wonderful people, all kinds of hugs, and you work out, and I'm like a new person afterwards. So I tell them that just the community of the people here and the coaches are wonderful. You instantly, fall in love with these people here.
Yeah.
They're like family. This is my family.
That's awesome.
And also just, I tell them that, the coaches are so great here that, because they hear things about CrossFit, about, possible injuries or
Yes.
how hard it can be or intense it can be. And I tell them, I said, no, it's like they are so good about scaling and making sure that you don't do more than you're capable
Right.
at the right time. So they're very good in scaling it and just making sure you don't get injured.
You bring up a great point. The reason why, there's many reasons why I wanted to interview you, but there's been nagging injuries. You're not a spring chicken anymore. You're a
Oh, no.
former athlete with knees, with back. Tell us a little bit about your experience as far as maybe a little bit of timidity at first with possibly getting injured, but also possibly flaring up your knee, but also just through your experience, how scaling, how stuff like that has been. How has your experience been with all that over the years?
It's great. I mean, and I was, having a knee problem, and when I first started, I just turned 50, and I cannot do what I want to do when I was 20. Well, when I first started with Aaron and Lee and everybody, I was trying to keep up with the guys because I'm very competitive, and I made the mistake of not telling Lee and Aaron that I had a bad knee, and I thought I could handle it, and I was trying to keep up with all the guys and the young people, and I'm very competitive, and I did injure my knee a bit, but after that, they now know about it, and I don't even have to tell them. I mean, and at first I was like, well, crap, I'm gonna not be able to get a good workout.
Right.
That's not the case. I mean, they know me so well now that before I don't even have to tell them I can't do that. They know.
They automatically know.
Leah or Aaron or Lee will come up to me and go, okay, Peg, instead of thrusters, we're going to do push press or whatever. They're always,
That's why it's important to sign up ahead of time so we know you're coming and we're prepared.
Yes.
Little plug there.
And I need to do that better. I need to do a better job of that too.
I wasn't pointing towards you. That was a general staff.
Yes, but no, it's very important because then they can prepare and watch out for us because you guys are always
Safety's
good about.
important.
You guys are always watching out for us, and but no, I mean even with my injuries and stuff, I always get a great workout, and every day. And another thing I tell people when I'm trying to convince them about CrossFit is that whenever years pass, you do the same workout. You go to boot camp or you go to spin. It's the same thing every day. It's like this is a challenge and it's something different every day, so you don't ever get bored, and it's a challenge, and you feel like you leave here feeling accomplished.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you a few machine gun questions, and you just answer. Oh, they're not hard. And you just answer quick and popcorn questions. So, what was the most other than being kidnapped here? What was one of the most intimidating things when you first started? Like a movement, or anything? What was the most? What intimidated you when you first started?
I would say it was the burpees. I mean, I just could not get over how winded.
How hard they were.
And how hard they were.
Yeah. What's something that intimidates you now? Or what's something that you don't look forward to now?
Wall balls.
Wall balls.
Like, kill me. I want to cup up along every time we do those.
What's one of your favorite memories looking back over the years here at the gym?
I think just like Halloween. I love that we get to dress up like kids. Oh, last time we did that for Halloween, I think Norm and I dressed up as Spider-Man. We had I had the big fake six-pack and the muscles and everything, and it was a superhero theme that year. But everybody had such a great time. Oh, and then the 80s. Oh my God, that was awesome. The 80s, when we dressed up for the 80s. But it's always so much fun here. There's always something to look forward to. I always look forward to seeing the people.
What would you say to somebody who, and this is kind of the same question that we asked earlier, but just a different way of saying it. So if somebody was extremely nervous or maybe on the fence thinking about joining, what would you say to them that may push them over the edge to try it?
I would, and I've told this to several people too that we've tried to get, that have come, it's just that, you're here not to compete with anybody else. There's all walks of life here. There's hardcore athletes, there's people who are overweight and are just, can't even hardly make a quarter of a mile run. And that, there's something for everyone here. And the coaches here are great about making sure you feel comfortable, making sure you feel welcomed, and not being intimidated.
Awesome. Well, this is Miss Pegalicious. I'm gonna add that one in there. This is Miss Pegalicious, and we've loved our time with you here. We've loved you're the quintessential member that we would love to have more of, because you're fun to be around. You're always willing to do whatever is asked of you as far as like what the what is, but we also know that limitations have now been communicated, and like most people, that as they get older, we have limitations. I have limitations of things that I can do.
Absolutely.
And also just fun to be around. You add to the class. Everybody loves hanging out with you and working out with you. So
Appreciate that.
we enjoy getting to know you a little bit at the Member of the Spotlight.